Hello. Okay. Steins Gate. It is time for this super anime visual novel that absolutely exists. Um, Last time on Steins Gate, we had a horrific fight sequence with Moeka, and learned that her person that she was obsessed with was FB, who claimed to be a woman but was actually Mr. Braun. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. We're gonna do 3 hours of Steins Gate, and then it's community night time. So, uh, we are very close to getting the divergence back to the 1, which is the beta world line where we started the game on. So, Okabe has not yet realized that, Kurisu will die when we get to that divergence, which is interesting. Steins Gate finale? No, unfortunately, we are not yet far enough along for that. We are trying, though. We need to make progress, which means we have to play the game. Anyway. Oh, I should probably get the guide. There is a guide that I'm using to get all the endings along the way.
Can you hold out for more?
Yep, we're back on the Bologna and Taka overlay, yes. Alright, all bookmarks, Steins Gate guide. So... Endless apoptosis. We should add Ferris. I don't think we're gonna add Ferris. No. So we are about to, this stream, if we can really focus, we will get Mayuri's ending. I think it should be a community vote. What? For Ferris to be added to my overlay? I don't like her, though. Yeah, we're trying to squeeze into the gate right now, Kisoan. We haven't attempted it yet, though. Yeah. Alright, we're loading. It's gotta be... Wait, which one? It's gotta be this one, right? This is 3 hours later. So, wait. Where's our log? I can't look at the log. Okay. So this is right after we were threatened by that little girl. Oh, I don't think I updated the Steins Gate data log. I did make a data log for it. Data log, Steins Gate. Oh, no, I did. Last time on Steins Gate, Okabe succeeds in turning Lukaku back into a boy. Then he confronts Moeka, only to find out that she commits suicide on 8/16. He leaps back to confront Moeka to get her phone to undo the D-mail to the past. After a fight, she agrees to help Okabe so she can meet FB. FB is then revealed to be Mr. Braun, who then kills himself. Nay sees her father die and kills Moeka, then pledges to kill Okabe in 15 years. Anime. I must have sent a D-mail. I don't actually remember writing that, so that is interesting. When I get there, Moeka opens the door normally and peeks out at me. She looks fine. No signs of despair, no blood stain on the door, no knife either. Okabe-kun, how did you know where I... Let me kill some time here. I barge into the room. The hour of Moeka's death passes with no sign of Nay. The world line has changed. I don't need an IBN 5100 anymore, Moeka. I forgot that she signs it all, Moeka. It feels like forever since we last conversed like this. What do you mean? My supervisor told me to stop looking, Moeka. FB told you to stop. How do you know about FB? Where did you get that information, Moeka? So FB's still alive. I feel relief, but also fear. I mustn't forget that he is my enemy. For now, however, I'm more interested in what Moeka just said. FB canceled her mission to retrieve the IBN 5100. I recall his last words. Perhaps he canceled her mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated. If that's the truth, maybe he really was trying to save Moeka. Do we like Moeka? Moeka. So, to be honest, Tom, she, is working for the bad guys and kills Mayuri in the other timeline. So after she betrayed us, I was like... I'm kind of done with you. But I think our favorite character is Kurisu. Prodigy-chan. Moeka's a fun idea, but she's bad news. I wonder what happened to Nay. I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. I bite my lip hard enough to draw blood. I won't fear you, Nay, nor will I repent. That world line has already been undone. But how will things turn out on this new world line? No, there's no point in thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBN 5100 should already be back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. On the way back to the lab, I stop by the Brown Tube workshop and peek in through the window. There he is. The 42-inch CRT is powered on, and Tennoji, FB, is lounging in front of it, reading the sports pages. FB is still alive. His daughter, Nay, has no reason to hate anyone now. I climb the stairs to the lab. There's nobody there but Kurisu. His muscles have muscles, I know. Isn't he great? Sadly, he killed himself in the other world line we were in. Because he's also a bad guy, which is unfortunate. And then his, 9-year-old daughter swore to kill us in 15 years. There's nobody there but Kurisu. Have you been to Kiryu Moeka's apartment? Huh? Kurisu pauses her channel browsing session to look at me in confusion. Moeka-san's apartment? Never. Oh, okay. Why do you ask? It doesn't matter. Just wondering. I cut across the lounge and head straight for the development room. Right. In the middle of that room is the time leap machine. After a glance at the time leap machine, I scan the shelves. It's here! Okarin's been acting strangely lately, so Mayushi didn't go to Komima today. Are you at the lab? Maybe I'll go there now. I haven't seen you in a couple of days, you know? We usually see each other every day, so it's really lonely. I know it's only been 4 days at most, but I'm used to being with you all the time. I'm your hostage, remember? Don't let go. The emoji is nice, yes. It's here! A large, familiar cardboard box. Faria! I was right. Inside the box is the IBM 5100, the legendary retro PC, stolen from me by a twist of fate. At last, it has returned. The long battle is finally over. I did it. We can save Mayuri. Daru! Dari! Where's my super haka? I can't contain my excitement. My heart is beating like a jackhammer. He's not here. He went to Komima, remember? Oh, right. In that case, he won't return until evening. I can't wait that long, so I fire up the time machine and leave. As shape and color return to the world, I see Daru in front of his computer, sleepily playing an eroge. Kurisu's napping on the sofa. She probably just got done with her all-nighter on the Time Leap machine. Mayuri's not around. She probably went to Lukako's to beg him to cosplay. Daru! Christina! Kurisu jerks awake. It's time for the final phase of Operation Vertandi. My sonorous declaration earns only blank stares. Why are they so slow? The IBM 5100, Daru! Yeah? Listen to me, man. We have an IBM 5100. Of course we do. You're the one who found it, Ocarine. Yes, yes I did. I found it at Yanabayashi Shrine. Have you been drinking too much soda? Let me sleep, for crying out loud. Kurisu rubs her eyes and complains. She looks dead tired. I was up all night. A question, Daru. Have you researched how to use the IBM 5100? Huh? Well, yeah, I guess. Do you believe I did it while preparing for Komima? I'm like a saint or something. They'd knight me for this in England. Then we shall call you Sir Super Haka. Hell no. Will you guys shut up? You're giving me a headache. If Daru knows how to use the IBM 5100, then we can hack CERN right now. Hear me, lab mems! Mayuri's not here, but that's actually more convenient. Our long struggle has at last reached its climax. Ragnarok is at hand. Now we must deliver the decisive blow. With the power of the IBM 5100, we shall crack CERN's most secure database and destroy it from the inside. Through the cowardly apparatus known as Echelon, the enemy has acquired precious intelligence on our activities. Now they plot to steal our sacred time machine, upon which rest the hopes and dreams of all mankind. Beneath its scholarly trappings, CERN is a hive of scum and villainy, of men who sacrifice innocent souls in their quest to rule all space and time. But now we are poised to crush them with the hammer of justice. And when we do, they will know once and for all by whose hand the wheel of fate truly turns. When the sun sets upon the battlefield, the foul system that rules the world will crumble, and from the flames a new age will rise. An age of glorious, unfettered chaos. Shut up! Kurisu gets fed up and rises from the sofa. What are you talking about? Nobody can know the darkness in Okarine's heart. First, get your character straight. What kind of mad scientist talks about the hammer of justice? Hey, Fabbles. Yeah, we're on this game. We just streamed about 6 hours of Final Fantasy IX. Maybe, like, closer to 5 because of breaks and whatnot. But, yeah. We're on the Steins Gate for the next 3 hours and then community night after that. We are getting closer to the end of this, though. I think we only have, like, 2 endings left. So sad I missed Engage yesterday. I did watch the VOD. We lost one of our husbandos. And a random other Tamara. It's okay, we have Bune. Oh, we're opening the gate now? We are, yes. And I believe we are en route to getting Mayuri's ending today. A random other? Well, we sacrificed Tamara, kind of. She got mathed, which is unfortunate. Those two bosses, though, are very scary. So much health, so much damage, and 2 HP bars. They rush you together with other units. It's like, damn. Very hectic. Luckily, I remembered freeze staffs would work. Diamant sacrificed himself so we could live, a true husbando. I can't believe that the Heavy Knight didn't just kill my main character and end the run. Hopefully Ivy doesn't die, I know. The trend, right, of the Flyers dying. I mean, here's the thing, okay. Tom said it right when it happened, but, like, maybe Diamant dying is, from an interesting standpoint, not a bad thing. Because I do tend to use Diamant every single time I play the game. Yeah, saved by the AI optimizing for reliability and killing Diamant. It was funny, too, because Kisuan was like, I sense that Diamant will die, and then he did. And then I sacrificed Tamara. She paid the ultimate price. And then Anna tried to throw. Don't think I forgot that. I guess he just got caught up in the heat of the moment. Maybe he regrets it now. Down with all the monarchies. Yes. Come on, guys. Stop complaining and get ready. Get ready? To crack CERN. Weren't you listening? I don't think that's a good idea. Except Hortensia. I did see that there were some people interested in getting Hortensia on the maps. When did you become a goody two-shoes? Where's your ambition? Are you trying to get us arrested? That's not the problem. I fight the urge to grind my teeth. Instead, I fix Kurisu with my stare. It's taken me so long, just to reach this point. This is my chance to escape the Alpha World Line and save Mayuri. I won't let anyone else get in the way. Anyone. Okabe? Why so serious, man? I've got good reason. To them, only half an hour has passed since the time loop machine was built. But to me, many days have passed since this ordeal began. Please. I bow my head deeply. Please hear me out. Or else Mayuri will die, and in 26 years, the world will be ruled by CERN. Suzuha's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Daru claps me on the shoulders and then smiles broadly and thrusts his thumb skyward. It's not like I'm cracking for you or anything, okay? Come to think of it, Allier seems to be purposefully engineered to not be the first target of physical enemies. They've got good speed and defense, so a lot of the time the AI will see a better kill. Oh, that's good. That makes it a little bit easier to Iron Man, right? Seeing how much work that my MC is doing in Divine Dragon class makes me wonder how good they could be if I put him as something else, though. Until Allier misses an 85% and dies. Even a 95%, like in the first run. Don't stand in the range of Thoron. Oh, Lord. Oh god. I burst out in laughter. Sir Super Haka, Tsundere version, is here to save the day. I couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man. As Daru hooks the IBM 5100 to his PC, I explained the situation one more time. Let's hope this is the last. This is all because of the very first email I sent to Daru. CERN intercepted that email with Echelon and figured out what it meant. Then sent their rounders after us. They will kill Mayuri, kidnap us, and steal the time leap machine. Some years after that, I assume, Daru and I escape and form the resistance, of which Suzuha belonged to. I tried to save Mayuri, but nothing worked. Every world line converged on the same result, just as attractor field theory said they would. You know, if this is all in your head, I think you've got a career as a light novel author ahead of you. It's true, all of it. To prevent Mayuri's death, and to free Suzuha's future from CERN, we need to escape from the Alpha world line, and I think we can do that by canceling all of our changes to the timeline so far. That should return us to the Beta world line, and the world line that existed before I sent that first email. There's just one more step. We need to erase the first email from CERN's database. If what Suzuha said is correct, then erasing the data will take us over 1% divergence and back to the Beta world line. It was just one short email, barely 36 bytes, but it changed the course of human history. The butterfly effect. Fascinating. Kurisu mutters as she sips her hot coffee. It looks like she's already recovered from her exhaustion. You believe in Makiseshi? Oh, hey, cat maid, truth. We are opening the gate again. And hopefully getting Mayuri's ending tonight.
No, that's wrong.
What do you mean that's wrong? All we have to do is get through this chapter. In theory, I'd like to see objective data, but that's obviously not possible. Relax, your time leap machine worked perfectly. Of course it did! She doesn't deny it, that's just like Kurisu. Besides, we were already planning to crack CERN's database, weren't we? Fine, let's see what's in there. If the mail data exists, then it's proof that what you said is true. So what you're saying is don't think, feel. Got it. You lost me. What he meant to say was, don't think, do. Daru extracts his massive body from the space behind the desk, plops himself down on the chair, and wipes away his sweat. Done bridging them. I need to tinker with some settings a little, but we should be up and running in about 10 minutes. Have our standards hit rock bottom and we are still at anything below underage sexual assault is fair game? Yes. I don't think anything terrible is going to happen as much as the last stream. Also, hey, Kenai. Good to see you again. Just checking. Okay, yeah, Last episode is probably the last, like, egregiously awful thing that was going to happen. So the first email started everything. Was that the one you showed me at ATF? The one that said I died or something. Right. I found you dead at Radicon and sent Daru an email. Daru happened to be experimenting on the phone wave, named subject to change at the time. So the discharge phenomenon occurred and the mail was... My voice trails off. Something is telling me to stop. The fear rises in my chest, a sudden, terrible certainty that I am missing something vital. I frantically replay the conversation in my head. We must cancel all of our changes to the timeline so far. So he's realizing that by saving Mayuri, he's going to be sacrificing Kurisu. Which is the wrong choice to make, by the way. The very first email started it all. The one that said I died or something. Return to the world line that existed before I sent the first email. And An icy fist seizes my heart, and I turn to Kurisu with a look of pure terror. Our eyes meet. Those eyes of hers no longer show the sharp defiance from when we first met. Instead, they glow warmly with the light of curiosity. What? I was right. I had missed something vital, something dire. Waifu alert. The world line I set my sights on to save Mayuri. The world line upon which Suzuha staked her hope for the future. The world line I am at last poised to reach at the end of this long struggle. On that world line, Mayuri lives. On that world line, CERN fails. And on that world line, on the 8th floor of Radikan, Kurisu dies. I thought that I had found the solution, that everything would be alright. But the equation was meaningless. I had solved nothing. Instead, I am left with a terrible choice. Hey, Dammy. Happy Saturday. Mayuri. Or Kurisu. One of them must die. Radikan is still off limits. They haven't yet repaired the hole that Suzuha's time machine made. I look down through the hole at the streets of Akiba. From up here, they look narrow and stifling. Across the way, a train rumbles by. I watch the yellow striped cars move past. I came here because I wanted to be alone. The day before yesterday, I abruptly canceled the attempt to hack CERN. Kurisu and Daru demanded an explanation, but I just couldn't give them one. Oh, I know. Tomorrow's my laundry day. I'm not looking forward to it. The decision has paralyzed me. 2 days later, I am still nowhere close to finding an answer. What do I do? 2 weeks ago, on July 28th, Dr. Nakabachi held a press conference on this very spot. On the same day, Kurisu was murdered. Let's say we go through with the plan and delete the first email I sent, the one about Kurisu's death from CERN's database. That would return us to the Beta world line where it all began. What would happen then? According to my predictions, our friend, lab member number 4, Makise Kurisu, would disappear. Someone who died on July 28th cannot be alive now on August 15th. That would defy causality. A time paradox. That world line has already rejected her existence. The moment we erase the D-mail, Kurisu will cease to exist. And so I am left with 2 options. Oh, fuck. Option 1. Hack CERN with the IBN 5100 and erase the first email I sent, thus returning to the Beta world line. Kurisu will disappear, but Mayuri will live. CERN will never build a time machine, and the future will be free. Option 2. Don't hack CERN. Keep living here on the Alpha world line. Mayuri will die, so will Moeka and FB. Kurisu will likely be kidnapped by CERN, but at the very least, she won't die. See, this is... no. With her research, CERN will gain control of space-time, and the future will be a dystopia where no one is free. And I'm supposed to choose. So there's no decisions in this chapter. You just play through the chapter, and that's it. I know my Steam keeps sending me... I don't like that their, like, live notifications pop up, but whatever. The only one that's bad is Leeds. His name is, like, Nice Cock, but spelled like, you know, the bonding agent. Anyway. Ridiculous. That one. I choke out a laugh. How am I, of all people, supposed to make that choice? There's no way. I don't really care about the future, whether it's free or ruled by CERN. I know I should care. Suzuha entrusted her wish to me.
Yay!
Doesn't that make it my responsibility? Time to mope about for 5 hours with your favorite characters? Please no. But still, it doesn't seem quite real. 20 years is a long time. Right now, only Mayuri and Kurisu matter. I must choose which to save. If I had been given this choice back in July 28th, before this all started, I probably would not have hesitated to abandon Kurisu and save Mayuri. But it's not July 28th, it's August 15th. I spent 2 long weeks with Kurisu. She's one of us now, and an integral part of the lab. Only one is a cat maid. I think no matter what I do, we save Mayuri. As I leapt through time again and again, she was the person I relied on most. Always calm, always thoughtful, always ready with a new hypothesis, always there to give me a push when I needed it most. I wouldn't even have the time leap machine if not for Kurisu. It's thanks to her that I made it this far. 'Cause it's the only option! After all she's done for me, there's no way I can abandon her now. But nor can I let Mayuri die. Everything I've done, I did to save her. I would give anything, even my own life, to see her safe. More than anything, I want her to live. No matter what, I won't let her die. I can't choose. I can't. Kill Kurisu or kill Mayuri. That is what this choice comes down to. Is this how it ends? I drive my fist into the wire fence. Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku, Moeka. Is this what I sacrificed your memories for? Is there no other option? No way to save them both. Not until the second playthrough. What if I use Suzuha's time machine? Could I return to the beta world line and then use her time machine to travel to July 28th? No, that won't work. The reason Suzuha leapt to 2010 was to prevent CERN from creating a dystopia. That only occurs on this world line. On the beta world line, she'll have no reason to leap to 2010. Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Yeah, I'm actually wondering, because didn't the time machine crash into the building in the beginning of the game? Why did it do that if Suzuha didn't need to be there? Or maybe it was something else. Like, we still don't know what killed Kurisu. Alright, then what if I send Kurisu a warning via D-mail? I could say, don't go to Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. No, that won't work either. What matters is that we waifu her. I mean, she's my favorite character, so I'd prefer to save her, but the whole point of the game is to save Mayuri. Remember, causality converges. Kurisu's death is inevitable on the beta world line, just as Mayuri's is inevitable on this world line. No matter what I do, fate will ensure her death. There's no way. Hey, Aquatic. I slowly sink to the floor with my back against the fence. You've joined us for Visual Novels Hour until it's community nights. I'm probably going to make my first drink soon, too, to pregame Among Us a little bit. Before I go kill everyone in the fungal. I can't save her. Wait, Pangy. The 24-hour stream. Yes, what about it? Yeah, I think you actually might have missed out on that a little bit, Aquatic. About 2 weeks ago, at this point, it'll be 2 weeks soon, I had some financial troubles, and so I opened up a donation goal, on 2 Monday streams ago, and said, if we can reach this goal, it'll save my ass, and I'll do a 24-hour stream to, like, show appreciation. And so everybody that donated, I give them free reign to choose any game, and I will play that game I will play that game for a number of minutes equal to what you donate. So, in less than 2 hours, the stream had donated over $1,000. Like, the reason you guys hadn't known about it is because it happened the quickest I have ever seen. Like, it was immediately just like, everybody super generous, super loving, so much support, like, really, really, really sweet. And it saved my ass. Basically, long story short, Kevin and I were getting screwed over by our leasing office, and we had to pay back-to-back months of rent. So, is it too late to give? So, donations are always open, Sionis, but don't feel any need to. It's, that specific goal in mind was basically to pay back-to-back months of rent, and we're able to do that. So, it was a lot, and I'm super appreciative. But, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a 24-hour stream, and people that donated their values are going to decide what we play during those hours. So we've got a Final Fantasy XIV redemption by Tux. I can read you guys real quick, just like the list of donors. Let me see if I can find it. No, that's not the tab. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. So, Cortex donated $60, and he's redeeming 1 hour of TMS Lunatic. Bubblewan donated 30 minutes worth of Final Fantasy XIV, which I've never played before. Lisa donated $10, so 10 minutes of whatever she chooses. She hasn't told me yet. Jam donated $175, so he'll be choosing something. David with a $300 donation, hasn't decided yet. Zephyr, $25, hasn't decided on a game yet. Armin, 50 minutes of Pokemon Unites. Prophet, $200, hasn't decided on a game yet. M-Man donated $50 for King of Fighters 15. Mars did $120, hasn't decided on a game yet. Tux was $120 as well for Final Fantasy XIV. Cash donated $100, hasn't let me know of a game yet. Carby did $60 for a game called Shining Force. King donated $200 for, he hasn't let me know the game yet. And Storm donated $600.
This is my belated contribution.
Sionis!
Thank you for endless hours of entertainment, Smile.
Well, thank you very much for the generosity. That's very, very, very kind and sweet, and I appreciate you. If you would like, Sionis, I can add up 100 minutes of something of your choosing as well, just so we have lots of content to cycle through on the 24-hour stream. But just let me know what game you want to see. It can be anything. And I feel like we've gotten a good mix of, like, games that I'd be interested in, games I'm already interested in, and then some, like, funny out-of-my-element things, like, Final Fantasy XIV and Pokemon Unite. I've literally never played a MOBA, so that'll be truly insane. But thank you again, Sionis. That was very sweet. And yeah, just let me know when. I'll put you down as a Games TBA right now. Pokemon Unite looks like fun. I strongly encourage others that are new to play with me so we can all get destroyed together. Torturing Pangy with League of Legends? It could happen. It's fine. Unite is the Pokemon of MOBAs. Earlier, people were saying that, if you're gonna start with a MOBA, then, like, Pokemon Unite is probably the best one. Just because it's kind of easy, right? Like, there's less to keep track of or something. Yeah. Anyways, wait, I'm catching up on some other comments while I was gabbing. Best part is you are already playing Steins Gate, so the games can't be any worse. Oh my god. So the choice is to let her die or save her, by which we mean let her get enslaved by an evil corporation. See, that's what I'm saying about this, Kuroi. There is no saving her. She will get enslaved by an evil corporation and then die young. Like, that is not saving somebody. Hey, I let you live for a few, 20 years longer in your life, but you're gonna be a slave, and then you're gonna die. So, like, you're just gonna be miserable and then die. That's not saving somebody. But what the vibes I'm getting from this is very much that, like, Karisu will die no matter what until you do a new game plus and then save her. Which we should be able to save her as a part of the stream, because we'll just use the skip feature. This game would really benefit from having a flowchart. What should I do? This is definitely a me thing, but I'm pleasantly surprised at the plot investment despite the plot canyons spread throughout the chapters. Wait, what do you mean? The plot investment? Like the fact that the game hasn't given up on itself? The anime executes the ending beautifully. Oh my. Every game needs a flowchart. It's true. Remember, I would say the worst thing about Buried Stars was that there was no flowchart. So, like, when we wanted to fish for new endings, we had to, like, go repeat a bunch of shit. It was, like, a mess. Hopefully, Project Household, which is their other visual novel that they're working on, actually has more of that together. Asterisk, any game that has divergent paths needs a flowchart. If it's like Danganronpa, that game is fine. That game is fine being segmented into chapters. What should I do? Peggy, have you played Outer Wilds? I have not. I don't even think I've heard of that. Like me thinking, why don't they send a D-mail to tell Daru to unplug the microwave at the start of the game instead of going through 50 hours of anime stuff? That's probably the game you'll have me play. Is it something that I can... What's it like? What system is it for? Say honest. Just makes me not take the game's plot seriously. I think part of the way that the game answers that fail is that certain significant events will happen no matter what. So maybe the microwave would still get used. I don't know. They've gone into a different world line. Have you played Umineko? So Dari Dari, I have not. It is on my list. I am curious about it. I don't know if that one is stream safe, though. Like, does it have a lot of porn in it? Because if it does, then it's gonna have to be a no-go. But then at the same time, Catmaid saved her dad. So it's not a thing except when it is. Yeah, that's a good point. Fair enough. Not at all, it's a murder mystery. Oh, cool. Well, I will keep it on my list then, because I love murder mystery visual novels. I played on PC using an Xbox controller, and I recommend using a controller. Outer Wilds is amazing. What kind of game is it? And is it something I would have to get on Steam, or can I pineapple it? Okay, cool. I will check it out probably later tonight. It's heavily story-based. Well, that's okay. If people, during the 24-hour stream, if they want to do story-based games, we can use it as a launch pad into other playthroughs. So, like, I'll save every bit of it, just like I would any other VOD, and pick up from that when we do a playthrough on stream. And maybe, if the games are fun enough, it'll happen soon after the 24-hour stream. Which the tentative date is 11/18. I think I'm going to stick to that date. And if we have too much content for one stream, I'm going to have an overflow stream because basically Storm bought 10 hours of games. So I will probably need to have a separate Storm stream anyway. I also might save Carby's game for this, like, the next stream. Because he said he's not going to be around for 11/18. So I think I'm going to... Anybody that can't be there for 11/18, I'm going to just, like, do a backup stream for those guys after that. And yeah, I need to... So, since I'm pretty much decided on 11/18, I'll start making, like, a schedule for it and try to figure out when people are going to be here, when I can do their games, so they don't miss it. Just do 48 hours? Oh my god. I have to sleep stream. But I've thought about this too, Tom. If I get so tired, because I'm an old man, and I have to sleep, I could sleep stream from that couch right there. And I don't know what I would put on while I sleep, but, you know, Kid'll takeover stream. That would be funny. She'd probably sleep with me, honestly. She likes it when I go on that couch. We can scam Storm into just napping stream. We can't. Storm is definitely going to have me play Symphony of War, and I don't know what else he's going to have me do. The people that bought, like, over 2 hours, I think that they might divvy up their games into, like, multiple things, which I'm fine with. Slumber party stream? Yeah, I'll get my PJs. I have really cute Christmas season, like, dog pajama pants. E-tier, get the maid outfit. I was talking to my sister today about Halloween costumes because she's having a Halloween party tonight. And she was like, oh, you should have messaged me and I would have made you, like, a vampire cape. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I know for next time. She's like, yeah, if you ever want me to, make you a costume. And I almost said, I have a bunch of friends that always tell me to dress up like a maid for Halloween. But I didn't tell her because I don't want her to know. It's time to get the dogs back out. Yes, it's going to be time for the bulldogs with Santa hats, and it's going to be fun. The 24-hour stream will be interesting because I've streamed, I think the longest I've ever streamed, I think, is 14 hours. And I'm usually pretty wiped after that, so I'm going to need to, like, keep up my caffeine levels and definitely not consume alcohol because that always makes me sleepy. Lots of coffee delivered to the apartment. Yeah, we'll see. I have this super strong Trader Joe's cold brew mix, which is it is amazing, and I will probably use that to keep myself awake. We'll make a coffee donation goal for late hours. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. We could do that. I was also thinking, I had some other ideas for, like, event streams in the near future. I was thinking about doing any kind of competitive brackets, whether it's Epic 7, Pokemon cards, it would have to be a game that a lot of people have. So I don't know, Mario Kart, something. But, like, that we could make a bracket for and do, like, an event day kind of thing, like we used to do back in, like, 2020, 2021. Right, Smash Bros, something. Just, that would be really fun. E7 is dead? No, it's fine. There are currently no tourneys scheduled. The Pokemon TCG tournament was so much fun. It was. They're releasing Porn 7. It's E7, but hentai. What are you talking about? Yuna's next project. Storm should make you 1v1 him in Pokemon cards for 10 hours. I would need to make decks. I would just have basic bitch stuff. Storm does like playing Pokemon cards, though. Look up Arc Recode. I think I'm going to be upset if I do this. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, absolutely not. The whole game is ported E7, even the character kits? Really? But they went full unhinged with, like, the slutty anime designs. Full unhinged. It's Chinese, so they can't sue. God damn it, China. Yeah, Kuroi, get back inside the box. Unrelated to what Fail just showed me, I think I'm gonna go make a drink. So, just sit here with this sad Steins Gate music, and then I'll continue. What are you doing? You came to meow at me? Meow. No, that's you. Kevin would be very jealous if he heard you, you know. Yes, he gets very jealous because you talk to me. Are you asking me for treats, Kittle? Okay, come on. I will give you a treat. You've been very nice today. Okay. Hi, hello, we're back. I gave the kitty some treats because she's been a good girl today. Maybe Mayuri doesn't die on the current world line. Don't do this. I canceled Moeka's email, plus I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter. She's training me. So when you go to the kitchen, she follows you every time. And I looked at her and I was like, Kittle, and she was like, Reow! And then I'm like, what is it? And she goes, Reow! And I'm like, well, Kittle, Kevin always gets jealous because she meows at me like that and not at him. And I think she does it on purpose. Might there be a chance? If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 7 and 8 p.m. that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision. I know it's unlikely, I understand from all my experiences so far, but still, I can't help but cling to that hope. Mayuri and Kurisu. If I can just save them both, then I don't care if the future is ruled by CERN. I'll betray Suzuha's dream if that's what it takes. So please let Mayuri live. To whom should I make this desperate plea? God? Fate? The universe itself? Either way, I am just one insignificant human among billions. Will my prayers truly reach? I already know what the answer will be. And that knowledge, that certainty is despair. Komima runs for 3 days straight, from the 15th to the 17th. On the last day, I go with Mayuri and stay with her from morning until Komima closes. Hey, John. Happy Saturday. It's not really my thing, though, and the crowd is ridiculous, so I wait off to the side with Mayuri's bags. From time to time, Mayuri appears with new bags for me to guard, and usually a snack for us to share, but most of the day I spend alone. To some extent, I'm here to escape reality, to empty my mind and forget my fears. Yes, happy Saturday. I have just poured a drink, and we are doing some gate opening. But even when I close my eyes, I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching. We're finally home! It's already dark by the time the bus drops us back at Akiba. Mayuri is dragging her costume case behind her. I'm carrying bags covered in moe artwork and loaded with doujinshi. These are all Mayuri's purchases, not mine. Okay. But, like, she's definitely going to die. I can't believe she bought so much. I guess the reason she doesn't cosplay herself is that she's too busy shopping. We get off the bus and just stand there for a while. What are you gonna do now? Head straight home? Actually, I was thinking of going to the lab. Need something? Not really, but it's been a while since I got to relax with Ocarine. I'm a little hungry, so I'll buy some juicy chicken #1 on the way. Maybe Mayuri wants a taste of normalcy again, now that the chaos of Komima has ended. I can't begrudge her of that. I stifle a groan and shrug my shoulders. Back to the lab, then. Hey, Ocarine, why did you come with Mayushi today? You've never come with me to Komima before. You're not interested in moe, right? I like robot anime. But not so much that I'd line up early in the morning for Komima each year like Daru and Mayuri do. So why did you come with me today? Well, to confirm your death. Those are the words that pop into my head, but I quickly shake them away. Why am I so set on Mayuri dying? I want her to live, remember? Well, I just felt like it. Oh. Suddenly, silence. A downhearted frown replaces the usual smile on Mayuri's face. Did my answer upset her? But it's not like I could tell her the truth. How do I tell someone they're gonna die? Lukaku. I frantically try to smooth things over. I thought maybe you'd managed to get Lukaku to cosplay, so I came to laugh at him. Too bad he didn't come. Yeah, Luka-kun would be super popular if he did come, though. People would take his picture and post it all over the internet. Then everyone in the world would see how cute he is. And after he became a superstar, Mayushi would see him on TV and think, wow, he's gone so far. It's scary because it's true. Ocarine, Suddenly, Mayuri turns around and peeks at my face as she walks backwards. Thank you for today. Why are you thanking me? Well, like I said, this is the first time Okarin's ever come to Komima with me. Low-key, I hate that they're wasting our time by putting us on another scenario where we know Mayuri is going to die. It made Mayushi really happy. A smile finally returns to Mayuri's face. But you know what would make me even happier? If you cosplay next time. Yeah, I'll think about it. That's right. Don't think negative thoughts. Think about fun, bright future. Really? You'll cosplay for me? Only if you cosplay too. Lukaku too. And Christina, of course. Convince them to cosplay first.
Yay!
First load folded. What do you mean? If you manage that, then I, the great and insane mad scientist Houin Kyoma, will grace Komima with my august presence. The next Komima takes place this winter. We'll all be there, as if none of this ever happened. Oh, the laundry. All of us laughing and smiling together. Just imagine a future like that. Adding soap. Real talk, the only reason I hate doing laundry is because I have to take my whole load of clothes down a flight of stairs, across a little street, and then into a building that's like right out there near our community pool. If it was just in my apartment, it would be much better. Wow, that's gonna be tough. But it sounds really fun, too. Besides, I think Christian secretly wants to cosplay, so there's hope. Yeah. Mayushi's gonna do her best. We arrive at the lab. I look up at the second floor and there's no light in the window. Oddly enough, there's nobody here today. I've got a bad feeling about this. Is Moeka going to ambush us? On the previous world line, I forgave Moeka and Tennoji. But that has already been undone. This is a new world line. The Rounders are still alive, and they're still after the time leap machine. Wait here, Mayuri. I motion for her to sit and wait in the bench in front. Then I carefully check the area. Next house Joe and I are getting will have a laundry room next to the bedrooms. I hate a basement setup. Oh, yeah. So yours is in the basement right now. I mean, it's still better than having to leave your apartment or your house just to do laundry. Yeah, it sucks, Aquatic. Oh yeah, remember how she is shown as this high-ranking member the others listened to at the start? And she got recruited by spam text like 2 days ago. Moeka, you mean, Failchin? I've been through all of it, having to go to the laundromat, having to go to the filthy basement of an apartment. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I know my efforts are likely futile, but still, I want to do anything I can, anything to give Mayuri a chance, however small, of surviving on this world line. She got recruited by spam text. Yeah, that part of the story doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because the other people are, like, definitely hitmen. Also, like, Mr. Braun is jacked. Like, how did they get him through random text? And why would he... I don't know. Something tells me it would be foolish to go straight up to the lab. So first, I decide to check the street for any suspicious people. I walk down the street towards Kurame Bashidori, careful to always keep Mayuri in sight. Suddenly, a white station wagon parked at the end of the street fires its engine and takes off in our direction. What? I can see clearly through the front window. The man in the driver's seat is unfamiliar. But I have seen that station wagon before. It's the same one Moeka used to run us over on a previous world line. The same one Tennoji used to transport the IBN 5100. And now it's bearing down on me at full speed. I'm in the center of the road. There's nowhere to run. The station wagon flips on its high beams, instantly turning my vision white. I can't move. It's all happening too fast. I expected an ambush inside the lab. Instead, I'm facing a charging car. What do I do? I'm fine. I won't die. This world line hasn't approved that fate. No, wait. What day is it? This is the first time I've ever made it to the 17th. Does that mean my death is still undecided? Will I die in Mayuri's place? If that's what will save her, if that will end this, then maybe it's for the best. No, I don't want to die yet. Two contradictory emotions collide in my mind. My body doesn't know which way to turn. Yeah, they promised him a vintage CRT. That's probably correct. The preset lives, that also never made sense. Well, I think it's more like each world line decides that a certain action will happen, and it always seems to be character deaths. Will I be the one to die? Shouldn't going back in time change that? For some reason, the texts... I think because the texts are creating new entities that don't belong in that world line, it changes the divergence, as opposed to just time traveling. Time traveling isn't actually time traveling, it's just your consciousness going back into your old body. So it's like not something tangible getting transferred, like a text message. If you could even call a text message tangible. Yeah, it's like a text to yourself, but it's not written out, so it doesn't count. Oh, Karine! Something slams into my back. I open my eyes, I'm lying on the side of the road, my whole body hurts, and I don't appear to be seriously injured. Someone saved me. I wonder who. I look up to see the station wagon's taillights disappearing around the corner. There, lying in the center of the road, is Mayuri. I run to her side. Mayuri's bleeding from the head. The pavement is slick with blood. Did she protect me? But that's not what I wanted. I lift up her body in my arms. Her eyes twitch, then slowly open. Oh, Karine. Mayuri, I'm sorry. It's my fault. Her hand wanders as if seeking something. It reaches for the starry sky. Her eyelids are heavy. They could close any second now. But still, she looks straight into my eyes. For some reason, she smiles. Finally, Mayushi was... useful to Ocarine. What? Stardust handshake. Her delicate fingers grasp at the sky. But all they find is empty air. Her arm goes limp. I grab her hand before it hits the ground. Mayuri is no longer breathing. I've seen her die countless times, but this time it's too much. This time it's all my fault. I embrace Mayuri's tattered body, her lifeless, motionless, tattered body. I clench my jaw and bite back my tears. Mayuri. You can't see the stars from here. How could this happen? Why did she have to die like this? What possible meaning could this death have? Yes, it happened because fate demanded it. Yes, her death is unavoidable, the result upon which this world line converges. I knew from the beginning that this would happen, but I never imagined that she would die saving me, and with a smile on her face. What do you mean? You were finally useful. Tell me, Mayuri. There is no future for Mayuri on this world line, and that brings me once again to the choice. Do I return to the Beta world line, killing Kurisu, or do I leave things as they are and accept Mayuri's death? I can't run away. I am the one who twisted fate. I am the one who must decide. The sky is blue. I'm on the roof of Radicon after going back 56 hours with 2 time leaps. I lean against the wire fence and stretch out my legs as I look at the sky. I wanted more time to think, that's why I came back. Last time, I spent 2 days refusing to face reality. But that is no longer an option, now I've confirmed Mayuri's death. This time, I need to reach a decision. But how? This equation has no solution. No matter what choice I make, someone dies. From a purely utilitarian viewpoint, I should choose the Beta world line where CERN never creates dystopia. But it's not that simple, not for me. There must be some other way. According to Suzuha, 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractor field level. I think that divergence has already commenced by the time I send the D-mail reporting Kurisu's death. So, when did divergence begin? I can't say for sure, but I think it was the moment we completed the phone wave named Subject to Change. That was around the middle of July. Daru and I deemed it a failure right after completion. By the time Kurisu was killed, there was already a huge divergence at the attractor field level. Now that I think about it, reading Steiner activated that day, when I sent the D-mail that started it all. At that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the street of Akiba suddenly disappeared. That feels so long ago, but now I can finally explain it. That was the moment I moved to the Alpha world line. On the Beta world line where this all began, Suzuha didn't arrive in her time machine. Dr. Nakabachi's conference went ahead as planned, and the flow of tourists and shopkeepers through Akiba was unimpeded. But when I sent the D-mail, events changed on a huge scale from my perspective at least. On the current world line, Suzuha crashed her time machine into the roof of Radicon. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled, and this part of Akiba was closed to traffic. Because I was out on the street when the world line changed, it appeared to me as if thousands of people suddenly vanished. The truth is that they were never there to begin with. Like a magician's trick, it's so obvious once you understand how it works. The real problem is the timing of the D-mail. I moved to the Alpha world line after Kurisu died. If I had sent the D-mail before she died, then I might have been able to intervene, even now on this world line. But no, that would defy causality. I sent the D-mail because I saw Kurisu's body. That's the way it has to be. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. It definitely wasn't suicide. What if I identify the murder and send them a D-mail warning them off? Would that prevent her death? It's a shame we hit our text data cap, so we can't try anything else with our time machine. I mean, no one tried to kill her on this world line, have they? Maybe there's a chance. However, to send that D-mail, I would have to move to the Beta world line. The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. I've already seen Mayuri die countless times. Everything I tried to prevent failed. I understand all too well. What year is this set? This is set in 2010, Tom. And I want to say this game came out in 2011. If not 2010. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it. I think 09/10? That sounds about right. I can't save Kurisu. There you are. 1 year before DR. Gotcha. I thought I was alone, but it seems I was wrong. I turn around to see Kurisu standing in the open door. I avert my eyes. I can't look her in the face, not now. What are you doing here? Nothing. How did you know I was here? You said you wanted to be alone. I ran the numbers and concluded that I had the greatest probability of finding you here. Then leave me alone. You don't have to look for me. I'm not a lost little boy. Hey, is that how you treat someone who's worried about you? A golden trifecta of games. Not Steins Gate. No. No. Fail. Not you. You're about to make this argument, and I know how. And I don't even want to go there.
Pardonnez-moi.
Not that I'm worried about you or anything. Right after she gets herself flustered, Kurisu sighs and puts on a serious expression. I was gonna leave you alone at first, but you've been acting weird the last couple days. I mean, you're always weird, but more than usual. You look like a kid forced to eat crappy oatmeal. What happened? Nothing. Then why did you cancel the cracking of CERN? You're the one who said we shouldn't. Oh, so you're afraid of triggering arrest flags? I get it. You should praise me for obeying the law for a change. That's not like you at all. What happened to your ego? What happened to the insane mad scientist, Hoin Kyo? To hell with my ego. Huh? This time, it's not that simple. I have forced my ego on others before. Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku. I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal. I justified it by telling myself that it was necessary to save Mayuri. I weighed their suffering against the alternative and made my self-righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives are impossible to compare. I have to choose which friend to let die. It would be so much easier if I knew what was right. Which friend to let die? What are you talking about? I'm just a student, Christina, you know? The insane mad scientist Hououin Kyoma? That's just a fantasy, a character I made up. I bet you had no idea. I may have figured that out when we first met. What if I hadn't found Kurisu's body back then? Let's try imagining that situation. If I hadn't seen Kurisu dead, I wouldn't have interrogated her before the seminar at ATF. Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me. She wouldn't have come with me to the lab. Ultimately, we would never have built the time loop machine, leaving me without the means to save Mayuri. And of course, Kurisu would not have become our friend. We would not be as close as we are right now. Tell me, Okabe, what do you mean? I can't meet her questioning gaze. Do I have to tell you? You've never hesitated to ask me to help before. Don't hold back now. That's not what this is about. Then prepare yourself. What I'm about to tell you is the absolute truth. And it could also be your death sentence. Eh? Kurisu's voice cracks a little. Remember what I told you before? When we delete the D-mail from CERN's database, we'll reach the beta world line where Mayuri doesn't die. And CERN doesn't take over the world, right? Everyone lives. Everyone is free. You made it sound perfect. Perfect, it's anything but. I showed you the first email, didn't I? The one that started it all. On the beta world line, the event described in that email actually happened. Kurisu's a genius. I have no doubt that she understands. Kurisu, on the beta world line, you die on July 28th. And according to the attractor field model, nothing can prevent that from happening. If I want to save Mayuri, I have no choice but to let you die. Kurisu says nothing. What expression is she making now? I reluctantly sneak a look at her face. She's staring out across the cityscape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. Fail, I am upset that you mentioned this, because how is that possible? The dad was supposed to die in that world line, and then they just saved him. But it's the same world line. What? That's a massive plot hole. Also, the people remembering their things from the past world lines also is like... Oh, okay. She seems accepting. Kurisu is always like this. Always calm, no matter what. It's hard to believe she's younger than me. Her soft chestnut hair blows in the wind. She lifts a hand to hold it down. Hey, Okabe. How credible do you find this attractor field model? Credible? Anime cares not for the concept of adhering to the rules. Yep, you just gotta be along for the ride, I think. It's all secondhand info from John Titor from Amane-san, right? I get that it's the accepted model in 2036. But how exactly did scientists prove the existence of attractor fields? There actually is no time travel, it's just a morphogenetic field. Malfagor. Come with me. Quickly. Are you trying to say the model may be wrong? But I know for certain that convergence exists. I've experienced it firsthand. I've said too much. Even if they're right about the convergence, what about the relationship between world lines? 999 and VLR did well enough. We don't talk about ZTD. ZTD perfected it. No plot lines there at all. Nothing to see here. Time travel babies. Tom, are you joining me in Rosen in the Blood Oath? Sure. If this gets a higher score than ZTD, we riot. ZTD is the lowest thing on my list, so chances are this will get a higher score. Sorry. How about I appease you by streaming ZTD for one day, just to get the final trophy? Because I'm a trophy hunter now. So you'd replay this over ZTD? What? I never said that. I would not replay this, but I think we're gonna get everything in the game, so there'd be no reason to. I have been corrupted by the trophies, yes. Ha ha ha, yes! There's so many TMF no. Sorry, Tom, but that's a Switch game. No trophies. Sorry. Well, if you give it a higher score, that means you'd recommend this over ZTD. That might be correct. It's in-game achievements? Oh, fuck. Is there really? That's how Three Hopes is, and I'm like, oh god, I could achievement hunt in this forever. But ZTD had lots of other horrible things about it. I forgot about Legault in Fire Emblem. You love Legault. Yeah, he unfortunately replaces Matthew on 9 out of 10 playthroughs. Have I missed anything important? Basically, Rosen fails reading me for maybe thinking this is better than ZTD. And, we're telling Christina that she's gonna die when we save Mayuri. We will revisit on the 24-hour stream. Yeah, true, we will. Tom, I'll be streaming at an hour that's normal for you. How crazy is that gonna be? Tangy is encouraging underage groping? Never. I would never. What about the relationship between world lines? The moment I change world lines, everything is reconstructed, past, present, and future. But that's just from your perspective, Okabe. Once you go to the beta world line, that your brain perceives will die. In other words, your perspective will have chosen the world line where I die instead of the one where I don't. However, why can't the world your brain perceives be different from the world my brain perceives? Oh, that's deep. Yeah, I don't want to sacrifice her. This is the only character in the game that I like. This one right here. We're gonna hang out at UK morning time and have breakfast together. Yes! Beans on toast? No! I will get pastries and eggs.
Yes.
Her and Mayuri are my faves. Yeah. So, this is the final ending of the first run-through. It's gonna be Mayuri's ending. And then, there is one more ending that we have to go through the game sequences. It's like the Golden Route ending.
No, that's wrong.
And I'm assuming it's gonna be the only ending where you save Christina. Yeah. So, there's two more endings. There's the one that we're on, and then there's a true ending.
No, that's wrong.
How do I have 3 lefts? What are you talking about? Is there another one in here that I'm not seeing?
Yes.
God damn it. Okay, well, let's just keep going. Brains. I forgot her specialty was neuroscience. So you're saying world lines are independent? Like trains, maybe. Trains? Let me give you an easy example. Kurisu takes out her phone and starts fiddling with it. There's the waifu scientist ending, the waifu age 12... Here's the problem with Fail, you guys. He's saying this, and it's probably half correct. It's probably 60% correct. But he's being vague, and he wants me to disagree with him so he can say I told you so later. You'll never know until it's too late. If I want to take the train from Akiba to Yokohama, which route should I use? I didn't know you were a rail fan. It's just an example, jeez. You choose to take the Yamanote line to Tokyo Station, then transfer to the Tokaido main line for the rest of your trip. Kurisu keeps talking as she looks at her phone, apparently reading off an itinerary. But I take Yamanote line to Osaki, then transfer to Shonan Shinjuku line. Another person, say Hashida-san, might decide to take the Keihin Tohoku line for some reason. And Mayuri might ride the Shinkansen from Tokyo. You and I ride the same train until Tokyo Station, but from there we ride different lines, while still aiming for the same destination. And that applies to the universe. You're claiming the existence of parallel worlds. I'm omitting the Daru as life partner ending. Could you imagine if there's a Daru ending? There's no way there is, but that would be really cursed. I like to use my imagination sometimes too. But where's the proof that there's only one world? Suzuha said so. And then there's reading Steiner. Stop it. In other words, an unknown time traveler and your unexplainable superpower. You know what? Fail. We get more Ryuji content soon because Persona 5 Tactica is this month. I'm so excited. But we knew Suzuha.
I'd say sorry, but I'm not.
I went for breakfast just now. Is this the new Garnet? Yeah, this is the new Garnet. After putting her through Steiner's Gate. There's no way to prove that she was Hashida-san's daughter, or anything she said about 2036 either, not without going there ourselves. And if reading Steiner is what you say, then it means that your subjective experience influences the memories of every single human being. That's completely absurd, Okabe. If it's true, then you're literally a god. But there are no gods in reality. The world doesn't revolve around you. It's just your brain making you believe that it does. If that makes this world's god, then I must be a god too. My brain is just as big as yours. What are you trying to say? Let's say you choose the world line where I die. That doesn't mean I have to do the same. The fact is that I am standing here right now, observing the world with my own subjectivity. I already exist on a world line where I don't die. Even if your perspective shifts to the beta world line, my perspective might remain here. It's a question of where the soul lies, and I won't let you have your way with my soul. No true scientist would accept a hypothesis that flimsy. But there's a chance I'm right. So you have nothing to worry about. Kurisu smiles. How can she smile? I just told her that she's gonna die. The problem is that you don't want me to let me die, right? This is reminding me of her lecture on time travel, the only good part of this game. But if my hypothesis is correct, I'll be alive on another possible world line. So there's no reason to be afraid. It's just a hypothesis. The same is true of attractor fields. It hasn't been proven. Even if someone did prove it by 2036, that doesn't help us here in the present. I did tell you the 1-hour intro was the high point of the game. I think if you look at the game's overall trajectory and condense it, it's good. But it takes a little too long to get across the things, and there's lots of cringy stuff in the middle too. That makes it bad. Yeah, failed. This game might be better than ZTD. The more I think about it, the more I think that that might be true. ZTD really pissed me off. Anything is possible. Kurisu turns her back to me after finishing.
Do you understand?
You are not pissed off because you are sober. Well, we're not judging, we promise. Oh my god. It's an armchair theory. A daring armchair theory that could work, quite possibly. Render meaningless everything I've done up to now. How can Kurisu stay so calm? She's just an 18-year-old girl. You really don't have to worry about me, Okabe. It would just hurt my pride if you did. Don't say it like that. Hello? Mary? Yeah? Displayed on the screen is Mary's face, devoid of its usual brightness for some reason. What's wrong? I heard from Daru-kun that Okarin's acting kinda strange. Mayushi was so preoccupied with Komima, she didn't really notice. Even though she usually notices right away when Okarin's not happy. I'm sorry, Okarin. Don't apologize. You've done nothing wrong. Did something happen? Ocarine? I can't tell her. I can't. I've kept it a secret from her all this time. That's the way it has to be. There's nothing wrong. Oh. You know, you used to talk to Mayashi about a lot of things, remember? I can't tell her I've tried nothing and I'm out of ideas. Like, the organization's 4 leaders. Their names are Back Turkish, Virginian Burp, Balloon Drag Queen, and Wide Igor, right? Black Tortoise, Vermilion Bird, Blue Dragon, and White Tiger. Yeah, that. You know, it was really fun talking to Ocarine about stuff like that. But now... Ocarine, if Mayushi's a burden, just say so, okay? What? I never... I'm hanging up now. If you feel like talking to Mayushi about anything, just call, okay? She hung up on me. What did Mayuri say? How are you a burden? Don't say things like that, damn it. Why is she only serious at times like this? A burden, huh? I never felt Mayuri was a burden, not once. Then you should tell her that. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave Mayuri in the dark. She never looks like she's thinking anything, and yet she saw my doubt. Either way, I can't tell her the truth. Okabe? Kurisu sighs, then glares at me. The old you wouldn't have worried about anything. Anyway, you should go see Mayuri. I'm sure she has a lot to say. She's right. Even if I don't tell Mayuri the truth, I need to at least tell her something. I'll postpone my decision and go see Mayuri. It's afternoon on the first day of Komima, and the crowds are finally beginning to thin out. Of course, the industry booths and cosplay area are still packed, but at least I don't have to wait in line to get in. I've been trying to get in touch with Mayuri for a while now, but she hasn't responded. I checked with Daru, and he hasn't seen her today either. Cosplay ends at 4 p.m. I focus on searching the cosplay area until then, but I still can't find her. Maybe she finished early and went home. I tried calling her, no luck. They haven't seen her... I tried calling her home, no luck. They haven't seen her since she left this morning. Where is she? I'm always afraid that she'll disappear the second I take my eyes off her. It's been like that ever since she lost her grandmother. Maybe it's just my imagination. We've been so close for so long, I saw Mayuri at her weakest and most vulnerable. Maybe that has made me overprotective. But I don't care how other people see us. I just can't leave Mayuri alone. I step into the cemetery. If you had to cosplay as one character, who would it be? Probably Owain from Fire Emblem. That would be a fun cosplay. Yeah, I'd have to be blonde. Weird.
Owain needs no aid.
The final resting place of Mayuri's beloved grandmother. When was the last time I came here? Wait, what about you, Tom? For about a year after Mayuri became my hostage, I'd periodically accompany her here. But I don't think I've been here since I entered high school. Hilda! Oh my god, Tom. Which version? Pre-time skip, post-time skip, or 3 hopes? Fake news. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought Tom would say Sita. Or Suwasa Oribe, age 18. I don't think I've been here since I entered high school, so it's been about 3 or 4 years. As I get closer to Mayuri's grandmother's grave, I begin to hear a voice. It's Mayuri. I'd recognize her voice anywhere. It sounds like she's talking to someone. I approach quietly. Hey, Granny. Mayuri is standing there talking to the grave. What a relief. She hasn't disappeared. Ah. We actually have a special sub perk that I haven't talked about yet because it's only valid when I'm streaming just talking, art, or some One Punch Man thing. But basically, if you gift 2 subs while I'm streaming just chatting, which we will be doing for Thanksgiving cooking stream and probably parts of the 24-hour stream, you get a free 2-month premium subscription to Crunchyroll, which is kind of cool. But it is whack that you're only eligible for that drop if I'm streaming just chatting. But I'm not a weeb. Funny twice. Tell me another one. I decide to watch silently from a short distance away. I've been having scary dreams lately. For a second, I wonder if she's learned to commune with the dead, but no, she's just talking to herself. In my dreams, bad things keep happening to me. Like someone shoots me, or a car hits me, or I get run over by a train. What? Don't tell me. It's so real, it hurts so much, and I feel so sad. I try to call out for help, but nothing comes out. Why do you think I'm having these dreams? Does she remember her deaths? All of them? Is she inheriting memories like I do? And you know, they always end the same way. Mayushi's crying, and Ocarine comes to save me. Mayushi tries to say thank you, Ocarine, but Ocarine can't hear my voice. He holds Mayushi and makes a very sad face like he's gonna cry, but he never does, you know? I can tell he's forcing himself not to cry. Come to think of it, both Ferris and Lukaku remembered their memories from the past changed. I used to think that memories couldn't be shared between world lines. I used to think that was the exception with reading Steiner. Oh, I was the exception. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe everyone has the same power, and the only difference is how strong it is. Maybe reading Steiner is nothing special after all. That makes Mayushi even more sad. I try to say sorry, sorry, but he still can't hear it. And that's when I wake up. Why am I having these dreams? I failed so many times to save her. I've watched her die again and again. Everything I've done has been to prevent that from happening. And yet, have the memories of those deaths been tormenting her as she sleeps? This is a very long game. I bite my lip in frustration. Also, hi, Jam. I still have a terrible decision to make. Jam, will we be seeing you in the Fungal today? Do I save Mayuri, or do I save Kurisu? There's no perfect ending here. I can't save them both. It's one or the other. If I choose Kurisu, then Mayuri's dreams will become a reality. I don't want Mayuri to feel any pain. You had a catnap, so maybe. Okay, sounds good. This game latches on and doesn't let go. Yeah. Until now, I've thought only of saving her. That is my goal. But at the same time, I can't let Kurisu die. Does anyone come in and say Oh yay, more Steins Gate. I'm so happy to see it. I feel like there are regular watchers. Sionis watches. Rosen loves it. Storytime enjoys the gate opening.
I will beat you up.
And Budlong also, looks forward to the Steins Gate streams. Yeah. I mean, at this point, we're just beating it to complete it. Like, we're playing it to complete it. I hate it, but you're here to suffer with me. I appreciate that, Dammy. I seem to remember every single one saying they watched the anime and the VN sucks. Again, my thoughts hit the same dead end. Yeah. There's always an exception. Look, I'll go back and beat Suikoden in Tactics, and then none of you can use this against me. I love Steins Gate, but I need to rewatch the anime. From what I remember, it's way better. That seems to be what's happening, Sionis. It seems like the VN is just not that great, and the anime is probably a lot better. I said I watched one episode and then said bye-bye. It's sunk cost for me at this point. May as well see the end. Yes. Thank you, Bubble Wand. I feel the same way. Yeah. Jam. Infinite undiscussed. Look at, how dare you? I streamed so many years, and we could count on one hand the games that we haven't finished. Maybe slightly on the next hand, but still. Fail? No. Fail, you stop it. Just because I don't 100% everything that I play doesn't mean I didn't beat them. I will not accept that. For as much as I poke fun at it, it's interesting enough in a lot of the parts, especially with Pangy's reactions added. The problem is that the really gross parts leave a lasting impression. 100%, Kuroi. Summary? No, we're not at the review yet. Cyber Sleuth? No, you want data log. It's true, we can do 3 runs of 10-2, but can't finish Octopath 1 or 2. Guys! Don't nitpick me! The moment we groped an underage girl, this was a 0 out of 10 for me, but I guess I have high standards. Look, I'm saying, the bad scenes are really bad, and have overall brought the game down tremendously. Also, sorry not sorry, but I can play as much of any of the games I stream, and if it's enough for me, then it's enough for you. I'm only tuning into the game to support Pei-chan regardless of his choices, and that is the most important. It just keeps getting better and better, my lord. Yeah, Mom! I know. The groping Lukaku happens in the anime too, yeah. Yeah, you guys are succeeding in razzing me. I will stop taking the comments seriously. Again, my thoughts hit the same dead end. Mayuri hasn't noticed me yet. She's still staring at the sky, just as she was on the day I took her hostage. She's talking to her grandmother in heaven. How old is Mayuri supposed to be in the story? 16, right? Still weird. Wait, is she really 18? I thought she was a high schooler. Yeah, 16. Same with Lukaku, which makes the Lukaku stuff really weird. And, like, the baby, Okay. Nope. She's talking to her grandmother in heaven. Oh, right. We have a lot more lab mems now, you know? Oh, that's not Mayuri's voice. There's Christian, Moeka-san, Luka-kun, and Ferris-chan. Didn't those happen in other world lines? There's also Suzu-san, but she moved away. She also had the naked shower scene. Yep. Mayuri is just a little airheaded, if I'm being honest. She seems significantly more capable and useful than Okabe. That makes 8 of us. It's actually a shame because I liked Okabe in the beginning of the game, and as we played, I just feel like my opinion went down. That makes 8 of us. It's really amazing. On this world line, they all became lab members. However, not a single one of them has sent a D-mail. How did that happen? You know, it was just Ocarine and Mayushi at first. Not this fail. Back then, Ocarine seemed kinda bored most of the time. But now he's having so much fun. Is that how she sees it? Well, she's not wrong. She really does know me, doesn't she? And that makes Mayushi happy too. It's so busy and it's really exciting. Especially now that Chris-chan is here. She's really smart, you know? She got a paper published in a famous magazine. Mayushi really admires her. She even made a time machine. Oh, but can't forget Ocarine and Daru-kun helped too. Then Mayuri falls silent. Her gaze becomes distant. She stands still and looks up at the sky. What could she be thinking? But you know, sometimes I remember back when it was just the 2 of us, when Mayushi had only just become Okarine's hostage. I'd go to the lab after school, but Ocarine wouldn't be there, so I'd tidy up the room and decorate it with cute things. Then Ocarine would finally show up a little later. Mayushi would say, "Welcome back," but instead of saying "I'm back," Ocarine would say, "Good work," like a big boss or something. Every day we'd spend a few hours just hanging out, doing nothing, then we'd go home together. We didn't talk much, but it wasn't bad. We were just there together, you know? That's actually really funny because I feel like to a lesser psychotic extent, this kind of describes my friendship with M. Budlong when we were in high school. Like, we would literally just go to the same place to chill together and not even necessarily do anything. We would just, like, exist in the same space. But I'm still not Ocarine, because he's a freak. We'd sit next to each other on the sofa. Ocarine would work on his big plans, and Mayushi would read manga or play games. And sometimes we'd have a snack together. It was so nice and relaxing. I never wanted to leave. I'd start feeling like a real hostage, and I'd laugh to myself. Then Ocarine would turn to me and say, "I remember." It was 4 months ago, still spring. The lab wasn't as lively as it is now. It was an isolated bubble of slow-moving time. Did something good happen? Yup, well, not really, but kinda. Ah, it must have been an illusion. We could be under attack from the illusion conductor, one of the organization's feared agents. Oh, gotta be careful then. But you know, I'm sure that Mr. Illusion Kid Hugger... Conductor, not Kid Hugger. Ah, I'm sure he's not a bad guy.
Pardonnez-moi.
It was nothing, just meaningless chatter to pass the time. I felt so happy there. So happy I could cry. I wanted to stay like that forever. Ah, but that doesn't mean I don't like how things are now, okay? Mayuri shakes her head in denial. Finally, she stops looking up at the sky and bows her head instead. You know, I haven't talked to Ocarine much lately. Maybe Mayushi's getting a little lonely. It's true, I haven't had time to talk to her lately. But that's because I've been fighting to prevent her death. To keep her dreams from coming true. And so that Mayuri will keep smiling. Never again. I never again want to see her cry like she did on the day her grandmother died. Did we win the Terra Master Tournament? We did. Fuck that card game. I will never play it again. But you know, I don't want to be a burden on Ocarine. That word again. Burden. I've never thought of her as a burden. Mayushi's just a big nuisance, isn't she? Granny? Mary lifts her face once more. I can't stay like this forever, can I? Of course you can! Huh? When I finally speak to Mayuri, she turns away with a surprised expression. Her face is soft, so innocent. Slowly her lips curve into a smile. It's Ocarine! Wow, how'd you know I was here? I always know where my hostage is. Hostage? You cannot escape my grasp, not ever. Oh. But don't wear yourself out, okay? Mayushi's a little worried. Oin Kyoma is not so weak as to require your concern. When the time comes, I'll tell you everything. Huh? So stay with me until the end, like you always have. Okay. Mayuri stands up and then turns to the grave once more. As an offering, she leaves a brand new white lily as part of... Oh, as well as some dango dumplings. Dango. Let's head back, Ocarine! Shouldn't we get some dango for ourselves first? Back when we used to visit the cemetery together, it was part of our daily routine to eat dango on the way back. Of course! Why is it still the sad music? I'm gonna go make another drink and run to the bathroom, so I'll leave you guys with that. Oh no, not us being held hostage by sad music. I don't know why the Steins Gate sad song is still playing. I guess because MC Chan is still distressed that we're gonna sacrifice Kurisu. But Kurisu said, like, I'll be alive on my world line, so peace out, Girl Scout. Akiba is empty again today. The otaku have all made the exodus to Komima for the second day of battle. But come nightfall, they will return to Akiba like a victorious army laden with spoils, and the streets will be chaos. I know Daru has gone to Komima. The question is, has Mayuri? Hope she has. I want things to be normal again. Shouldn't they be cracking CERN? Just throwing that out there. I remember what I heard yesterday, the feelings Mayuri expressed at her grandmother's grave. The events of the last few weeks have affected her as well. After I escorted Mayuri home from the cemetery, I spent the whole night racking my brain for a third option, a way out of this mess. My thoughts were a jumble, ideas coming and going too fast to judge which were right and which were wrong. But of course there isn't a right choice here. For in the end, it always comes back to the same question. Who do I let die? And no matter how I try to dance around it, the answer is always the same. I can't choose. Is there no one else who can make this decision? No. Even if there were, I know I'd never accept their choice, whichever it happened to be. Once again, I'm heading for the roof of Radikan. I had to get out of the lab. Mayuri or Kurisu might return at any moment, and I can't face them now. I look up at the sky. The clouds are dark and heavy. It could start raining any minute now. I thought that I was all alone, but someone was here before me. Kurisu was laying in the middle of the roof, arms and legs spread as if making a snow angel. The image of Kurisu in a pool of blood flashes through my mind. Is she alright? I run towards her, but before I make it halfway, she suddenly sits up and faces me. Okabe. You're alive. What a dumb thing to say. Fortunately, it looks like Kurisu didn't hear me. She's busy combing her disheveled hair with her fingers. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. Also, guys, we are very close to when the stream may crash again. If it happens, we'll be coming right back, so don't panic. But whenever that capture card is plugged in, it seems to always crash about 4 hours into streams. And it's already happened once today, so just a fair warning out there, in the next 20 minutes, we're probably going to crash. Almost certainly, actually. Yeah, the good news is, Tom, all of the stream from today, I have a file that I'm going to send the support team on XSplit. It's specifically from this version of the broadcaster, so they're going to be able to hopefully tell what the problem is and what's causing it. Why can a capture card tell the time? Who knows? Computers work in mysterious ways. Yeah, it's XSplit. XSplit causes the crash. The problem is that I started this stream with us plugged into my retro capture card so that we could play FF9. And anytime that retro capture card is connected to my PC and I boot up XSplit, XSplit stays live for 4 hours and then it crashes, so. There will be there will be 45 minutes at least of Steins Gate on the next VOD after this one crashes, which is really annoying. Right. I forgot I might run into you here. What were you doing? Thinking? Oh. Was she thinking about her death? I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. Kurisu appears to be in the same boat. She's staring at the capsule toy dispenser in the corner, her face wearing the usual frown. The awkward silence drags on. When you think about it, Kurisu's fate rests in my hands. My decision will determine whether she lives or dies. Her fantastic hypothesis yesterday was a desperate attempt to construct a scenario where she doesn't die. Even if she believes that her theory is correct, it must be difficult for her to avoid imagining her own death. I force a smile. I'm getting really uncomfortable here. Looks like I'm in your way, so I'll just go. Oh, okay. Damn, I was expecting a sarcastic remark like, since when do mad scientists have manners or something? Just then, something cold lands on the tip of my nose. When I look up, raindrops start landing on my forehead. An evening shower. It's only going to get more intense and quickly. Kurisu hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing there with her arms folded, staring at the ground as if she doesn't notice the rain at all. Hey, it's raining. Huh? Oh yeah. She's acting strange, like her mind is elsewhere. I knew it. She's been thinking about it. Whoa! In less than a minute, the rain turns into a full downpour. Okay, yeah, we'll be starting in about 45 minutes, Dammy. We had no time to seek shelter. What the hell? Kurisu's scream is drowned out by the roar of rain. What a surprise! That's what you get for tempting the sky gods. Now safely inside the building, we take a moment to catch our breath. It's been a week since Suzuha's time machine disappeared, but Radicon is still closed. The lights are off, and it's pretty dark inside. You should have warned me sooner. Even my underwear's soaked. Same here. I bet you're glad it's dark, huh? What do you mean? If the lights were on, I'd be able to see everything. Ugh! Even in the dim light, I can tell that Kurisu is scrambling to cover her chest. Ugh, I forgot you're a perv, too. You're the one who announced that your underwear was wet. Just drop it! If you're imagining what color my underwear is, I'll kill you. I'm not imagining anything. She's too self-conscious. But the color of her underwear, huh? Gotta be white. Cold? I'm not stripping naked if that's what you're suggesting. Your pervy tricks won't work on me. Who said strip? Calm down, will you? But if you want to strip, go ahead. I can't make out your scrawny figure in this light anyway. Another word and I'll make you eat your cerebral neocortex with ponzu sauce. Sorry. Please, spare me that horror. Still, these wisecracks are a welcome distraction. A storm like that shouldn't last long. Guess we'll just wait it out. I see Kurisu's shadowy form move to sit on the staircase. I sit next to her. Hey, get your own stair. What? You're the one who said not to speak. You're too close. Don't come any closer, okay? You can stay where you are, but don't come any closer and I'll push you away. Come any closer and I'll push you away, okay? Our bodies gradually grow cold. We start shivering. Maybe I should take off my wet clothes. But if I do that, Kurisu will just call me a perv again. Better not. My eyes gradually adjust to the darkness. I can see Kurisu more clearly now. She's huddled up against the wall. Don't look at me. Impossible. How can you see where I'm looking? Does she have infravision? So you were looking. Damn, she used leading question on me. That's such a high-level technique. I avert my eyes from Kurisu and take off my lab coat. That's when I notice my coat is torn at the shoulder. Damn, must have caught on something when we ran inside. What are you talking about? Just a little tear in my coat. Is clumsiness one of your character traits? Don't be ridiculous. I'm a mad scientist. I bear the curse of insanity, not clumsiness. It seems like forever since I talked to Kurisu as Houi and Kyoma. Yeah. Kurisu suddenly holds out her hand. Give it here.
何
What?
ちょうど
I happen to have a sewing kit with me. I'll stitch it up for you.
そういう
What?
ことだった
A sewing kit? You? In the dark? Something wrong with that? I hand over my coat as asked.
実験大好きっ子のくせ
You're an
に
experiment-loving girl. You're not supposed to be domestic.
実験大好き
Can't I be domestic? Can't I be a domestic experiment-loving girl?
家庭的な女の子
You
が
domestic?
相対的に見れば家庭的
Relatively, maybe. Well, actually, I don't know the domesticity index for Japanese high school girls these days. There's an index for that? First I've heard of it. Kurisu skillfully threads the needle despite the darkness. It's wet, so it's kind of hard to
本
thread.
当に
Did you really just happen to have that on you?
しつこい
Get over it already. Is it really so wrong of me to have a sewing kit?
悪いとは言って
It's not wrong, it just seems like you planned for this.
つまり
So you're saying I brought it with me because I somehow knew your coat was gonna get ripped? Uh-huh.
そんなわけあるか
Ridiculous.
それと
Before you get the wrong idea, I'm not fixing your coat because I want to or anything, okay?
出たなツンデレセリフ
Nice tsundere line.
茶化すな
Don't mock me. You just happened to tear your clothes, and I just happened to have a sewing kit handy when you did. It's coincidence. That's all.
偶然
Coincidence.
まさか
Hey, you didn't time leap, did you?
つまり
So now you're saying that I went back in time for the sole purpose of repairing your stupid lab coat. Uh-huh.
そんなわけあるかそんなわけあるか
Ridiculous! Ridiculous!
大事な
There.
ことなので二回言い
It's
ました
so important I said it twice. Comprendes?
確かに
You're right.
わざわざ
If you had time leap, you would have brought a towel, not a sewing kit.
何それ皮肉
What's that? Sarcasm? All you do is complain. After working for a while, Kurisu cuts the string with her teeth and then hands me my coat back.
ほら
Here.
ありがとう
Thanks. By the way, it was dark so I couldn't really see.
もし仮に出来が悪
If
く
it turns out bad, it's not my fault. It was dark. That's all.
ちなみに
Oh, and I hope you like the color because I have no idea what thread I
色
used.
もランダムなのか
It's random.
黒か
Black, red, or pink. Those are the three possibilities.
せめて
Let's hope it's
ピン
not
クが
pink.
出ない寒いか
Cold?
まあね
Yes.
俺の上着を羽織
Take
る
my coat.
それだって
But it's wet.
まあ
Yeah, he doesn't want pink. Well, yeah, but... Silence again. The words flow so naturally when it's just harmless banter. But 1 second of silence and suddenly we have nothing to say. It must be because of what happened yesterday. I'm so desperate to avoid the topic that nothing seems safe. I know I need to say something, but what?
結論は
Have you made your decision yet? Her voice is barely a whisper, but I can hear her clearly in the silence of the empty stairwell. I look at Kurisu. She's hugging her knees to her chest, presumably against the cold. My decision. I know what she means. That's why I can't answer. You still haven't made up your mind?
あんたって
You like Mayuri, don't you?
何
What? Where did that come from? Kurisu keeps staring into the
ただ
darkness.
の錯覚かも
It's
しれない
probably just my imagination, but lately I've been
私の心の中に
seeing things. Like a strange sort of deja vu.
そこでは
In these visions, you're fighting to save Mayuri all by yourself. You never give up, no matter how much it hurts. Kurisu too?
そんな岡部が
Then you come to me for help. You're so desperate, so earnest that I just have to do what I can. Not that I'm doing it for you, okay? I just want to save Mayuri, that's all.
とにかく
Anyway, these images are stuck in my head like memories.
そん
So
な錯覚が
Kurisu's the same. She still has faint memories from previous world
分
lines.
析してみたけど
I tried self-analysis.
込んでるのか
Maybe I'm mistaking dreams for reality, projecting my hopes and fantasies. I don't know.
ただ
But there's one thing I
これだ
do
け
know.
あんたは
You have to save Mayuri.
真由に
怖くないのか
Aren't you afraid? Oh, I hear it, Kevin. To save Mayuri, I must undo the current world line. If I do that, Kurisu will die.
Look, kiddos.
Here she comes.
Kiddo, Punk was saying some stuff about you.
Hello, Kevin.
I don't know if it's the truth.
It is. You see how she went right up to you?
She always sits at the...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, welcome home.
Oh, yeah,
I gave her a few greenies, but that's it.
And she gets dinner now. Get dinner now! Oh my goodness!
Oh, Kittle.
I get coffee.
And she's talkative if you see.
I've had 3 Red Bulls and now I'm gonna have pumpkin.
Kevin?
I did have a Red Bull like early in the day. It's a long one. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eater?
Sorry, Etir's not home right now. She skips most of the gate openings. You know, it kind of feels like we're trapped in an ancient ruin. Kurisu suddenly changes the subject. She looks around the dark, empty stairwell. Like the world ended, and we're the only 2 people left. I've been thinking. Say you go back to the Beta World line and everything else goes with you. What if I can't go with you? What if I'm the only one left behind? Would the entire world become like this? It's just a theory, but I can't help but wonder.
俺は
I need to say it.
お前を救う
I'll save you. Not just Mayuri, but
できもしないこと言わな
don't
くていい
make promises you can't keep. Kurisu cuts me off sharply, then buries her face in her knees.
怖くないか
You asked me if I wasn't afraid.
怖いに決ま
Of course I'm afraid.
自分が
Maybe I'll disappear. Maybe I'll be left behind all alone.
あるいは
Or maybe only you will disappear and everything else will stay the same.
誰もあんたがいなく
The
なる
world will continue and nobody will even know that you existed. I'll go back to America as if nothing ever
な
happened.
かったかもしれない
Maybe.
そんないろんな可能性
I feel hopeless, just thinking about all the possibilities.
でも
But even so, Kurisu raises her head and spears me with her glare.
だからマユリを見殺し
Do
に
you
しろなん
think
て
I
言う
would
と
tell you to let Mayuri die? Kurisu. Jesus, it's cold.
なんか寒いな
Kurisu grabs her own arms. In the darkness, I see her shoulders shaking.
濡れてる服着てるせいで
It's because of these wet clothes. This sucks. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. It's nothing but conjecture. Baseless. Worthless. I want to cut open my skull and excise the part of my brain that comes up with these delusions. Now she's talking to herself in an angry tone. Kurisu has always been calm when faced with the unknown. I admired her for that. I thought she was facing this calmly too. But I was wrong. Behind her cool facade, she was struggling to cope with knowledge that her very existence was in jeopardy. She was fighting that fear all alone, and now it has finally come to the surface. Of course she's afraid. However brilliant she may be, there's still an 18-year-old girl. Kurisu abruptly stands up. I realize that I no longer hear the sound of rain pounding on the roof.
聞いて
Listen, Okabe.
両方救うのは無理
You can't save both of us, correct?
どうあがいた
No matter how you struggle, it's one or the other. But
だがじゃない
no buts. My answer won't change.
マユリを助けて
Save Mayuri. I hear the pain in her voice, and also the resolve. Kurisu has made up her mind. I look away and clench my fists. My nails dig into the palms of my hand.
そう簡単に
Are you telling me to give up? To abandon you?
そんなの
I could never do that.
でき
できるかできないかじゃ
You
ない
can and you must. There's no other
ダ
way.
メだ
No, you're our friend. I won't abandon you. Okabe. Kurisu drops to her knees and grabs me by the collar. I grasp for breath as she stares into my eyes. Her eyes are hard and stern. It's always like this when she scolds me. Always the same glare.
他に解決策
Is there another solution? There isn't, is there?
私は
I don't want to live if it means sacrificing Mayuri. If you don't save her, I'll never forgive you. This can't be happening. I hate this choice with no right answer. I hate the universe for being so cruel. And most of all, I hate myself for forcing Kurisu to speak these words when she is the one with the most to lose. Tears well up in my eyes, and I bite my lip to hold them back. Is there really no other way? I can't bear it. I look straight back at Kurisu as she holds me by the collar. Huh? I tightly embrace her slender body. Her clothes are still wet from the rain, but all I feel is warmth radiating from the core of her being.
お前は
But you're right here.
ここにいる
Did I miss when they tried using their machine? No. Hey! The crash is happening! I warned you guys that we were gonna crash again, and here it is. Oh, we got a broadcast error message this time.